Okay adventurers, let's do this. We're tackling a cracking 7-mile circular walk from Hollingworth Lake Visitor Centre all the way up to the magnificent Blackstone Edge and back. Get ready for some stunning views, a bit of history and some ancient landmarks. Right, we're kicking things off with a walk along Hollingworth Lake. Did you know this isn't a natural lake? No, it was actually built way back in the 19th century to supply water for the Rochdale Canal. Imagine all that hard work just to keep the barges floating. It's a great spot for sailing and other water sports now, so keep an eye out for some action.
And ancient space, a cairn stands guard where echoes sing.
Hi guys, another beautiful day. I'm heading out into the hills today. This time on my own 2 feet, not my bike. I'm heading to Blackstone Edge, which is, well, going from Hollingworth Lake up to Blackstone Edge, following the old Roman road up there. Join me on the adventure, see what we can find. I'll see you soon. Blackstone Edge is all the way up there. You see the Blackstones on top, that's why it's called Blackstone Edge.
And the Pennine air calls one and all. A lone brook weeps in a rocky fold. A sheep's bell rings, a tale once told. The path grows steep, my legs grow tired, yet onward bound, my heart's inspired. Mist holds secrets lost and found in every crack on sacred ground. A resting crow, a solemn guide, leads me where the hilltops lie.
Okay, time to get those leg muscles working. We're heading upwards now. This is Whitaker Golf Course. Behind me you can also see the reflection of the water of Hollingworth Lake. Beware the golfers on the tee, it says. What watch out for. Well, I'm about 1.5 miles in now. So far so good, but the real climb has got to come yet.
The wind it bites, the clouds they race through hollowed stone and ancient space.
It's amazing to think this beautiful countryside is just outside Rochdale, which is really close to where we live.
The footsteps past and roots that cling. Oh, Blackstone.
Careful not to fall through.
Bold spine.
Well, that hill there, with the black stones on top, that's where I'm heading. Say, what? How can I climb up there? It's going to be hard.
Breathe where shadows fall, and the Pennine air calls one and all. A lone brook weeps in a rocky fold. A sheep's bell rings, a tale once told. The path grows steep, my legs grow tired, yet onward bound, my heart's inspired.
Getting closer, but still a big hill to climb, and it's a bit windy. Check out my hair. Here's a historical hotspot for you. Just around the corner, we've got a Roman road.
A solemn guide leads me where the hilltops lie.
This really annoys me. Why would you go to the trouble of putting it in a bag only to leave the plastic here? Disgusting. Look here. Beneath the path, got the remnants of an old Roman road that went across the Pennines. Amazing, 2,000 years old. I can still see it here. It follows all the way up this hill and across. This might not look like a superhighway, But this is a genuine Roman road. Can you believe it? The Romans were here nearly 2,000 years ago. They were a powerful empire and they built roads like this one all across Britain to move their soldiers and goods around. Imagine soldiers in their sandals marching along this very path. The Romans were amazing. Pretty brutal, but amazing. I mean, just look at it. That is awesome. What a great find. Just think, I'm walking on the same road as Roman soldiers did 2,000 years ago. Fantastic. And just look at how well preserved it is. I know probably subsequent generations of different peoples have probably maintained it, but testament to the Romans, what a feat of engineering. This road went over the Pennines all the way to York, probably from Manchester, that direction, all the way to York. Maybe they even complain about the hills, just like I'm doing right now. And just look at how much height I've gained in such a short space of time. Tell you what, my legs are feeling it though. Pretty amazing to be out here though. Gets the blood pumping. I love it. Walking and cycling is one of the best things you can do. And you know what, it's totally free.
A lone brook weeps in a rocky fold, a sheep's bell rings, a tale once told. The path grows steep, my legs grow tired, yet onward bound. My heart's inspired, mist holds secrets lost and found in every crack.
This wind is really doing nothing for my hair. Forgot my hat. Yesterday my sunglasses, today my hat. One day I'll get everything in order. Here is where we take a right towards Blackstone Edge. Over the stile we go. And there it is. Just a little bit further to the top. Now as we continue our climb, keep your eyes peeled for a really interesting old stone, the Egin stone. Behind me here is the Egin or Agin stone, and it's a medieval way marker for travellers on the way to wherever they're going really. This area is prone to get lots of fog and mist, and as you can see we're quite high up, and visibility gets really difficult. So this way marker helps let travellers know they're on the right path, and there's a way marker to help them to know where they are and how far they've got to go to their destination. This is a weathered gritstone pillar, and it's a bit of a mystery. What exactly is it, Agin stone? Oh, nobody knows for sure. It's thought to possibly even predate the Romans. The name itself is a bit of a puzzle. It might come from some old words, but it's been lost to history.
Blackstone Edge, you wild, bold spine, hold the...
And then behind me here you've got the modern version, which is called a cairn. And these are piles of stones or rocks placed at intervals along a waymarked route to help people find the way if the visibility gets difficult and you can't see where you're going basically. Well, that's it, most of the climbing done. Just got to go up onto the summit. I'll see you there.
A tale once told, the path grows steep, my legs grow tired, yet onward bound. My heart's inspired, mist holds secrets lost and found in every crack on sacred ground.
Again, here we have another cairn. Like I said, there are intervals along the route, so wherever you are you should be able to see one in the distance, even if it's quite misty and foggy. So it's easy to follow and you can find it. The landscape up here feels quite alien really. It's like walking on another planet. All these black rocks and the edge over there, the outcrop. This black soil that you can see here is called peat, and that's formed by vegetation decomposing over millions and millions of years. It's almost like fossilised, plant-based, but it forms over millions of years, and it's a protected substance really. And lots of the moorland up here is peat, and when it gets wet it becomes very, very boggy in forms like peat bogs. You might have heard that it can preserve things, like there's bodies being found in peat bogs which have been well preserved that are thousands and thousands of years old, and it can also burn quite well as well, so you have to be careful up here, especially with this dry spell. Fire is a hazard.
Now, peat also has a fascinating and sometimes controversial history. For centuries, people have cut peat to use as fuel for heating their homes. It burns slowly and produces a good amount of heat. However, we now know that peat bogs are extremely important for storing carbon dioxide, a greenhouse gas that contributes to climate change. So while it has a history of being useful, it's much better for the planet if we leave it undisturbed.
You almost have to leap from boulder to boulder.
A lone brook weeps in a rocky fold, a sheep's bell rings, a tale once told. The path grows steep, my legs grow tired, yet onward.
There we have it, another cairn, which means I was on the wrong path. I've got to follow the cairns to the top.
In every crack, on sacred ground, a resting crow, a solemn guide.
Blackstone Edge is part of the Pennine Way, a long-distance footpath that runs right up the spine of England. It's made up of this really hard rock called gritstone, which has been shaped over millions of years by ice, wind and rain. You can see how the weather has carved these interesting shapes into the rocks. It's like nature's sculpture gallery.
Where shadows fall, and the Pennine air calls one and all. Step by step, the trail unwinds through heather fields and stoic pines. A whisper rides the moorland's crest, guiding me where the highlands rest. The wind it bites, the clouds they race through hollowed stone and ancient space.
Yeah, these rocks have the grooves in them. That's through years and years of erosion, both by the weather, which is the wind and the rain, cause these quite fantastic looking grooves. You see in the distance there? That's the trick point. That's the highest point of Blackstone Edge. That's where I'm heading now.
Hold the time. The earth does breathe.
And here I am, I'm just about to summit, and bonus, I've got the place to myself. Gets really busy on weekends over here, but today, nobody. Fantastic. Oh dear, one small step for man, one giant leap for Mr. Allen. Here goes. Made it. Just look at that view. How amazing. And all a few short miles from Bury, Oldham, Rochdale, wherever you live locally. Awe-inspiring. Truly blessed. God created such a fantastic, beautiful world.
I mean, come on, look at this view. You can see for miles on a clear day. This is why people have always been drawn to high places like this. This is why I walk up high places like this. It gives you a real sense of perspective. Take a moment to soak it all in. You've earned it after that climb. Try and point some things out for you. Obviously over there is Hollingworth Lake, and over there is Rochdale, and a bit further that way will be Oldham, and if we head that direction we head towards Saddleworth, Deadshaw and Lydgate. That's where back I'm heading. My car's just down there somewhere. Now I've ducked out the wind, time for snackage. Okay, now I've refueled, I'm ready, we've got the energy to walk back down. Off we go. Don't know if you can make it out, but in the haze over there is Manchester. You just about see the silhouette of the skyscrapers, the tall buildings. That's it, follow the curtains, Mr. Allen. Here we have a windbreak or a wind shelter. Good place to have lunch when it's a bit breezy up here and the wind is blowing from different directions. You can sit down here, out of the wind, and eat your lunch. Over there we've got the M62 motorway, which many people have travelled up and down. It goes from west to east towards Bradford and Leeds in that direction. Again, very dramatic scenery of the Pennines, moorland. Moorland is one of the rarest types of, well, biodiversity, I suppose, in the world. It's even rarer than rainforest. Moorland, like what I'm standing on now, is quite rare. It's even rarer than rainforest. And 75% of the world's moorland is actually in Britain.
The hilltops smile. Blackstone Edge, you wild old spine. Hold the stories, hold the time. The earth does breathe where shadows fall, and the Pennine air calls.
Look at the view of Hollingworth Lake behind me there. On our descent now. Won't be too long before I'm back in the car park at Hollingworth Lake Visitor Centre. Hopefully downhill all the way now.
Step by step, the trail unwinds through heather fields and stoic pines. A whisper rides,
Got about just under 2 miles left.
guiding me where the highlands run.
These massive structures with the wires are electricity pylons, forming part of the national grid that keeps electricity and power going to all our homes. A necessary evil, maybe?
In ancient space, a cairn stands guard where echoes sing of footsteps past and roots that cling.
This is it now, nearly back at the lake. I see it just through the gap there. This road takes me down to it, and that'll be the end of it.
And the Pennine air calls one and all. A lone brook weeps in a rocky fold. A sheep's bell rings, a tale once told. The path grows steep, my legs grow tired, yet onward bound. My heart's inspired. Mist holds secrets lost.
I mean, this is Hollingworth Lake. You can just walk the circular route round the lake. And that's it. Back down at the bottom for a well-earned cake break. Hope you've enjoyed the walk with me today as much as I have. It's been epic. See you next time.